You know, Easter ain't about what happened over 2,000 years ago. It's about what's still happening today. Jesus didn't just get up so we could have a holiday. He got up so that the broken, the grieving, the doubting, the disappointed, people like me and you could know that our story ain't over. It's not over. Easter is not just a story, it is the story. It's the centerpiece of the faith, the moment where death meets life, where sorrow meets hope, where brokenness meets a Savior who refused to stay in the grave. Easter isn't just about resurrection, it's about restoration. If you ever felt too broken, too lost, or too far gone, this message is for you. In this video, we'll explore what Jesus' death and resurrection truly means when you're dealing with depression, heartbreak, disappointment, and the silence of God. Easter is more than a story, it's your lifeline. Let this be your therapy session with the Bible, your heart, and the one who still rolls stones away. Now, I know they mostly tell us that Easter is about resurrection, about a stone rolled away, about an empty tomb, and it is, 100%. But let me talk to the people who don't just need a celebration. They need resuscitation. Because right now, you're the one who feels buried. Buried under depression, buried under anxiety, buried under depression, the pressure to hold it all together when inside you're really falling all apart. You're buried under so much in life right now. Life's struggles and all the things that we can all go through at some point. What if I told you Easter isn't just a historical event? It's a personal invitation. Not just to remember what he did, although we definitely want to remember that, but to realize why he did it. I think that is also important. Jesus didn't die so we could post pretty pictures in pastels, even though we all like that. You know, it's cute. And some of us like it and some of us might not. But he died because we were broken. He died because we couldn't fix ourselves. And he died because healing required a sacrifice. And when he rose, he didn't just get up for himself. He got up for you too. He got up for us. And let's talk about the waiting period. That is the part that I feel like kind of gets overlooked more times than other. And I feel like that is more, of course we want to talk about the crucifixion and the resurrection, but what happened in the middle? What happened in between? And the waiting is definitely a part in your life and a part in things where we have to figure out, like, what do we do in that moment of waiting? This is the part that we don't talk about enough. Saturday was full of confusion. After Jesus was crucified, Jesus was gone, the tomb was sealed, the disciples were scared and scattered. But Saturday reminds us that just because God is silent doesn't mean he is still. Resurrection was loading, even though we might not have known that. So if you're in the middle of a silent season, if you're feeling like God is quiet, like your prayers are hitting the ceiling, and don't we all feel like that at some point or another, many times in our life? The silence on Saturday didn't mean God wasn't working. It meant resurrection was in progress, even though it couldn't be seen yet. Some of you feel stuck between crucifixion, and resurrection. A lot of times a lot of us feel like we get caught in that middle, in that in between. And you are in that Saturday moment. You in the middle. You don't have any answers, just grief, confusion, and exhaustion. You're just tired. You don't know what's coming next. You already know what has happened, and you want what is to happen, but you don't know how to get there. You confused about everything. Guess what? Jesus died so that you could survive that middle. So that your trauma, your past, your sin wouldn't have the last word. The tomb couldn't hold him, and neither can your pain hold you. Healing isn't always instant, but Easter proves it's possible. Even in pain, restoration is not a fantasy, it's a promise. Easter means your worst day doesn't define you. Your brokenness doesn't disqualify you, and your delay isn't your denial. It's not, because he didn't just rise so we could clap. That's not the reason. He rose so that we could heal. So if you're watching this with tears in your eyes because the weight feels too heavy, because you're trying to believe but you're tired, because you feel like your faith is barely hanging on, this is your reminder. You are not too far gone. You are not too broken, and you are not forgotten. Easter was for you. He died so that you could heal. He died so that we could heal. And he rose so you could rise again. He didn't just rise so you could celebrate on Sunday. He rose so you could breathe on Monday, so you could fight on Tuesday, so you could stand again when life knocks the wind out of you, and we all know that it can. And it is good at that. So Easter is not just a holiday. This is a holy ground, the moment when God proved that nothing, not sin, not shame, not betrayal, not grief, not depression, not doubt, not even death itself, can cancel what he spoke over your life. You don't have to stay buried. You don't have to keep pretending you fine. You don't have to. You don't have to fake resurrection when you still bleeding. Because God specializes in dead things. He's not afraid of your grave. He don't care how deep it is. He don't care about none of that. And he's not done with your story. So get up, even if you limping, get up. Even if you're not sure, get up. Even if you're still weeping from what they did, get up. Because he got up too. He got up for you. So you can too. You definitely can. This Easter, don't just celebrate resurrection. Live it.